Yo guys, welcome back to this new video to Once Human. Today I'm gonna show you my Shrapnel Build update over 200K Dps. Stay tuned. Okay guys, now I'm gonna show you what I use and how the gear looks like. First of all, SOCR the last VALOR, precision style, attack plus 25%, range and blah blah fire rate, crit damage to make the most damage possible. I know some people use crit rate. For the most DPS, you should use crit damage and crit damage. We use Shrapnel Violent, of course Violent, because this the Violent, the first slot will be crit damage. Of course with damage against great ones, damage against normal enemies and weapon damage. Wildfire, rapid shot style, weak spot. With the vulnerability amplifier, precision, because weak spot damage, long axe, final territory, fortress warfare, barret, momentum up, violent, lone wolf mask, target strike, violent, rustic gloves, crit amplifier violent. Why I use rustic gloves? You should use lone wolf gloves, because like this you will have the fourth set effect, increase max lone shadow stacks to 10, crit rate plus 8% for 2 seconds after reloading. But the build is without reloading, means if you have Shrapnel Souvenir, you will 80% not reload. That's why I used, to be a little bit faster for silos and stuff, rustic gloves. Because with the rustic gloves you get movement speed bonus plus 8%, and that's a lot. But let's show it with the most DPS possible. That's the build with the most DPS. I'll show you again. For the gloves, crit amplifier, violent, buff steel boots, slow and steady, melee weapons, status damage plus 10% when HP is above 90, grants plus 10 additional damage, means for everything is in total 20%. Of course violent, crit damage. Lone wolf jacket, crit damage enhancement, violent, lone wolf pants, deadshot violent. The Cradles I use, automatic weapon enhancement, handgun enhancement, deadly combo, bounty hunter, tactical combo, deviation master, steady hand, master tactician. Here are my basic and battle stats. How you can find these mods is simple. Here you can see, if I show you the stats of the Shrapnel Souvenir, looting weapon crates in high level areas has a chance to yield this. Defeating Shadowhounds on hard or master difficulty has a chance to yield this. And like this, you can always see where you can find it. This one is the section for the Shadowhounds. If you defeat a Shadowhound, you can get all of these. If you use momentum up, you need to play the Silo Alpha. If you wanna play Fateful Strike, you need to play also the Silo Alpha to get those mods. As an alternative, you can use this mod. You also will find it in the Securement Silo Tether. For the pants, Deadshot, where you can find Deadshot. Playing Securement Silo PSI has a chance to yield it. For the boots, you can also use Covered Advance. You will find this in the Securement Silo PHI. What I use is right now slow and steady, because melee weapon status damage plus 10% when HP is above 90%, plus 10% additional damage. In total 20% damage. Why? Because for the first seconds of the fight you will directly get 20% more damage. On this one you need to wait 4 seconds till you get your 20% melee weapon or status damage. But it will last 30 seconds, and that's also very good if you don't take in 4 seconds damage. For the gloves, where you can find it, in the Securement Silo of Sigma, on hard or master difficulty. You could also use crit rate, but you trade 5% crit rate for 15% crit damage. I think that's not the best deal. Better use crit amplifier. For the mask, target strike, when hitting marked enemies, crit rate and crit damage. Where you can find it, playing Securement Silo X1. You also could use Shrapnel Carnage. Shrapnel weak spot hit weight plus 100%, Shrapnel weak spot damage plus 25%. With this mod you could shoot twice as much without reloading, because Shrapnel weak spot hit weight plus 100% means you will hit more often weak spot hits. For the food buffs, crumbly bread used to increase all weapon damage by 25%, and the fish buffs, sea bass, fire rate plus 10%, angelfish, crit damage plus 5%, pompano, weak spot damage plus 5%, barracuda, PSI intensity plus 5%. I used it, but it doesn't matter because PSI intensity doesn't affect shrapnel at all, because shrapnel isn't a status effect, shrapnel is a physical damage effect. So to explain the SOCR, the last VALOR. So for the weapon features, hitting 4 times triggers shrapnel, critical hits count as 2 hits, critical hits grants +1 shrapnel trigger times for 1 second, plus 30% shrapnel crit damage. Because a lot of people asked me in the last Shrapnel Build video, you can find the precision style or other styles for the calibration in weapon crates or in the boss chests after a silo or after boss fights. If you wanna know more about the SCAR and all the other weapons, the buffs, you go to blueprints, you click on any weapon, right click for details. You could also tier preview from every weapon, you click T, and here you can see what it does on max level, 5 star, like the Dusty G17. With the click X, view all keywords. You can see all the keywords, means all the damage buffs from shrapnel, bullseye, phosphoretex, etc. etc. Here's the damage without any buffs. (45K DPS). Now the damage with marked enemies. Close to 60 DPS for the swapper and marked enemies. Sometimes it goes up to 100k DPS and 1 million mag damage.